To level up our Terrans here, Percival, he had an amazing performance, don't get me wrong, especially game one. Like game one, he looked really good against Solar. Like it was a very impressive game out of Percival. Alas does fall in the end, and now we have our next series, we have our best of 5.
And we are starting it on TLMC 20, Kill Switch, Engage. TLMC, of course, stands for Turning Lonely Marines Champions. So when you get one Marine left out of your force and he's only. But he's the champion because he's doing all the kills. And yeah, in this side of the map, all the way from the land of Korea, the legendary one-man army representing Shopify Rebellion, a red Terran, is ByuN.
And spawning.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he is. And in the left-hand side of Kill Switch, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Let's go.
It's like 2018 again.
Yeah, both Solar and ByuN, they've been around for a long time. They've been around for a very, very long time here. It's great to be back. I believe I was using my my translate, and I think they were asking what they were going to do with their earnings of the tournament. I think they were discussing food. They're discussing food.
It's a good. Where's our translator?
True.
We have 2 translators in our clan, and they're not here.
I know. Smurge. But here we go. We're getting into our next game state here, and we already saw previous ZvT here on Kill Switch. This time, ByuN, he does not go for as aggressive of an opener, something more standard this time. This time, there's no crazy 2x Reaper.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how ByuN will handle this situation. Because we just saw a TVZ on this very map with Solar.
Yeah, we did just have it. Solar, once again, he's going for that northern expansion. Again, he's expanding away from ByuN. This is just to make sure he has as much breathing room as possible here. He doesn't expand towards him, doesn't give ByuN the opportunity to be more aggressive.
Yeah, ByuN, yeah, going for a 3rd CC. Pretty quick. Just not being aggressive at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe he just kind of knows Solar isn't going to be too cheeky at the beginning of the game, so he's like, I can take my time against Solar. I probably should take my time against Solar and take up.
Yeah, it's going to be 3cc 111 out of ByuN. Going to be settling into a more economic build. ByuN, he rotates. He will delay the mining of the mineral patches, so being as annoying as possible with the Reaper.
That's cheeky. Look at the queens. They're waddling. Almost gets that crypto, huh? Not quite.
Doesn't quite get the tumor, does pull away. Solar, he does mine through those minerals, and he will gain access to his own 3rd base. Meanwhile, ByuN, he does go for the add-on swap, but it's going to be 3cc Cloak Banshee, or at least Banshee.
We have a translator in chat, providing translations. Thank you for that, Melissa.
There you go. Shout out.
I see you trying to make $55 by this. Splitting the earnings.
There you go. But yeah, ByuN, he is more of a regular. I think this is, I could be mistaken, I think this is Solar's first Sparkling Tuna Cup, by the way. Like, he's never played in the Tuna Cup before. ByuN is more of a regular. As I mentioned before, ByuN, like, he's typically here, and we do typically see ByuN like trading blows with players like Skillus, players like Trigger, players like Creator as well. You know, it did reference Creator earlier. But this is Solar's first time, and Solar, he is looking to walk that royal road.
Well, I was about to say vote for someone who's been in this in this like industry so long. It's like It's less like a royal road, more like a royal driveway. You know, it's like at the end of the trip. It's just like,
Yeah, hey, he's been around for a long time. He hasn't played in the Tuna Cup. Just saying, you know, Solar, he doesn't have the
No,
most
in the
prestigious
Tuna
of
Cup.
wins.
it's Tuna Cup is a royal road,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. Let's go.
just trying to put us in perspective.
As for now, we do see ByuN just setting up, getting his third base up running, throwing down additional Raxes behind this, just building up back at home. Likewise, Solar getting his lair. Meanwhile, it looks like we did research Cloak, so we do have our Cloak Banshees coming in for ByuN, and we'll see if we can snipe any workers or even any queens.
Yeah. Banshees are cloaked. There's no detection here. Didn't quite get the queen. But at least it's using up the energy of the queens, preventing them from having any injects.
Yeah,
Not
use-
injects, the other one.
Transfuse. Yeah, no transfuse.
Transfused, yes.
As they are going to be spent. Hellions, as you saw, they almost dove into the mineral line, but the queens did break out just in time. Lings as well, so the Hellions are zoned away, and so far Solar he holds.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice hold, but it's good on ByuN not to commit to that. He sees, alright, I'm going to just lose my Hellions and I'm not going to kill anything, so there's no point in going in there. I might as well just sit here and harass.
Yeah, he does pull away. He doesn't throw away those Hellions. Meanwhile, Solar coming in, trying to catch the Hellions himself.
Oh, great surround. ByuN catching up a nice little choke point here. Doing a lot of damage on the Zerglings, but the Hellions will go down. So many Zerglings could have died here.
Yes, yeah.
Only 15 died.
I mean, really nice catch. Again, I mean, he was locked in. Like, the Hellions, they were locked in. They could not escape from this little, pocket, I should say. So, nice setup there from Solar. Behind this, you see ByuN setting up. Second factory's on the way, taking his gases, going for a fourth CC. Unlike his opponent, unlike his predecessor, with Percival, he was committed and basically like a 3-base all-in at Percival. Here, ByuN is getting ready to take a fourth.
Yeah. He was talking about going to the gym to do work on his chest exercises today.
Yeah,
He did mention that he was getting swole like Impact.
Yeah. ByuN, he's been going to the gym a lot recently. He's been working out. He's looking good. He's looking toned.
Toned. Getting buff. Buff ByuN. ByuN.
God.
Eventually we'll find a good name for that.
We'll get there. I'm waiting.
He's Monster Man. That's what he called the Impact.
Yes. Called him a monster. Not human. We'll see if ByuN can get to that point. For now, though, as we mentioned before, getting his fourth on location, setting up with the center. Solar, he has taken up into Hive. He's working towards from Lingbane Roach Ravager into Ultra. This is the same build that Solar went for against Percival, but again, ByuN is being less aggressive this time. He's macroing behind it.
Yeah. He should have a much better position than Percival had against this kind of push-out. The thing that worries me for ByuN that he hasn't really done any harassment damage yet. Look at these Zerglings, the Mosh Pit Zerglings. Yeah, this job probably won't be achieving much.
Yeah, ByuN, he will have to pick up. He will have to evacuate at the same time, pushing forward, trying to get the queen. First queen does fall, and he will have to respect those mainlings. Up.
Such a butt-clenching situation to see speedlings chasing warriors.
Yeah, it was close,
that Indiana
thankfully.
Jones thing.
See, that would have been a nice, like, cardboard animation bit. A bailing, rolling, like, through caves, chasing marines. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, Katna's plating on the way. We have some Ultralisks about to pop out. We have adrenal glands finishing. So Solar is getting into the composition he wants, but he pushes off earlier though. Using the
Yeah.
blinding clouds to get some of these tanks. Does pretty well.
A nice cleanup. He gets 3 tanks in total. Very nicely done. At the same time, ByuN does drop back into the main base. This time, the Lings are not in position. Drones are going to be more under fire, but it looks like it's going to be a one-way trip. The medevac is very low.
Those badges are still alive?
One of them. Oh, no! One of them's still alive.
Or not.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some decent harassment by ByuN. At least keeping Solar busy, but it's not doing enough damage.
Yeah, not quite. Solar, he defends back at home. He shuts down the push once again. You can see that Solar's having a hard time pushing up the ramp in towards ByuN's half of the map. ByuN at least maintains his position, but he's not really gaining any ground, or at least he's having a hard time finding it.
Sorry, setting up a runway into a runway into the fourth base of ByuN. Sneaking at the back there. But yeah, ByuN trying to drop, trying to be mobile on the map, and Solar so far shuts it down pretty much every time.
Yeah, he's been able to keep up so far. Ultras are slowly arriving, getting into all their upgrades. 3 is on the way. Ultra speed as well. We have the Spire that should be for Corruptors. That should be for the anti-air. When it comes to Solar's composition, that's the big downside, is that he doesn't really have a lot that shoots up. But despite that, the drops of ByuN haven't been too effective.
Yeah. I mean, he has spores in his base, and he has some units to defend anyways. Now he's using Blinding Clouds to block the tanks, and he's pushing into the third base of ByuN. Trying to switch into the fourth base, but ByuN has enough to defend this, I think.
Yeah,
even
nice.
With Cardinal's plating, those Ultras will go down.
Yeah, very nice kiting out of ByuN. He does kite all the way back. He will take down most of the Ultras, but he bleeds out so much of his army. Likewise, 19 SCVs. Oh, the 19 SCVs go down. Roaches, they get into the mineral line, and ByuN, he will lose his mineral line.
And this is the first time ByuN loses workers this game, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. He will finally lose some of his economy. Solar, he instantly remaxes it, and he's going to keep going. He's just going to keep going, keep applying pressure. His goal here is to break ByuN here and now.
The ghosts are out. They're sniping. Is Solar actually making it? The Bennings are rolling in. We got some roaches to buffer the front. There's not a lot for those Bennings to actually connect with. There's a lot of beef in the Terran army. The Marines are mostly dead. It's just more orders, ghosts, and tanks.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very high-tech army here for ByuN, but there's not much of it, and it looks like he's going to be broken. GG gets caught. Solar, he breaks through, and Solar takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said that Solar is in his redemption arc.
Yeah.
ByuN was not making his life easy here, and he still managed to be pretty solid.
Yeah, really safe play out of Solar to open up Roach Ravager. Whenever ByuN tried to apply pressure with his tanks, with his move outs, like he was just denied it every single time. Solar doing a great job at resetting the tank count time and time again. And yeah, Solar, he eventually once again defended until his ultras. So he reached into his hive tech.
Yeah. We wanted to see how ByuN would handle that attack, and it seems like without the harassment on the other side, it doesn't quite work. It's very difficult to defend against it with competent hands like Solar's.
Oh yeah, very, very difficult. And with that, Solar, he does take the first game. But now it's going to be ByuN's map pick, and we're getting into game number 2. We're going to be, once again, we started the evening on this map. We haven't seen it since, but up next we have Incorporeal.
Yes, indeed. You have our translator, Melissa, in the chat, also supplying us that we're talking about the map, and this is the first time ByuN was playing this against. Last Thursday he played it against Solar.
Yeah,
so this wasn't the first time. It's kind of a map that they both know. Okay.
Yeah. So last Thursday was our Turtle Tussle. That's when they also played in the final Turtle Tussle. Also on TLMC maps.
We have too many tournaments. I can keep track of all of them. Also, Turtle Tussle is in 2 a.m. for me, so I never actually see it. Anyway, welcome everyone to TLMC 20 Incorporeal. The map which does not exist. We are not in fact. It's a ghost map. It's a map. It's just, we need to bring the what is the ghost hunters to find them.
Yeah. We need to bring in the
map.
EMP readers and like
Did you hear that? Did you hear that light? Something moved. Something moved. That mineral patch moved. That mineral patch moved.
I think that mineral patch just said steel mold. I think.
Steel mold. Steel mold. Anyway, in the southeast of this map, which does not exist, all the way from the land of Korea, representing Shopify Rebellion, are Red Terran, the legend that is ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our South Korean Zerg player, our blue Zerg, representing Team Falcons. It is Solar.
Sorry, headphone users. my special effects department is loud.
But here we go. We're getting into our next game. Go on.
Huh? I was trying to see, why is this map so dirty?
It is like there's like smudges everywhere. Yeah.
Like grimy.
Yeah. It's Incorporeal.
Oh yeah, it doesn't exist. Okay,
forgot. That's why there's so much neglect on the map. It just doesn't exist. No one's there to keep.
Yeah, they hired a crew to come in and clean it, but they were like, we couldn't find the place. It doesn't exist.
There you go. We got lost. We ended up on any map.
Yeah, of course. Like there's no cleaner bots here. We do need cleaner bots on this map.
True. See, we take them for granted. This is what happens when there's no critters, when there's no cleaner bots.
Yeah. No one to eat the garbage. Oh, there's that thing that looks like a... There's a pyramid things where the wall is next to the queens. It's a little tiny doodad that looks like a nexus or like a gateway.
That little thingy?
Yeah, this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it?
It's
why is it there?
It's an aesthetic choice deal. It's like, why is it like a little sun? There's like a holographic sun here as well. It's crazy.
Well, that's for lighting, you know.
Yeah.
Lighting purposes. You need to have that there. But this thing is like...
Someone just left it.
Yeah. Kuro was wondering if it actually blocks up the wall, like if it prevents you from walling out that corner.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't. Spoiler alert.
Okay. But from here, once again, 3CC Banji here, same build out of ByuN 2 games in a row. But something we should emphasize as we load into Incorporeal is that this is a larger map. This is a much larger map. The map pool much larger compared to Kill Switch. So we shouldn't expect as intense of a game. Like you saw just how much tension there was between Solo and ByuN in the last game, just because like they were right next to each other. Like the bases, I mean, like there was just a lot of aggression, a lot of engagements happening right next to the bases of ByuN. Here we're a little more spread out.
Yeah, this is more like just like Catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
The map gives me Catalyst vibes.
Yeah, it's
Catalyst. Catalyst.
It's a little more open, like Catalyst. True.
What was the name of the map that was Catalyst but sideways?
Blue Shift? Is that Blue Shift or?
Blue Shift, yeah. Just the same map.
Look, map makers, they were very creative back in the day. Very creative.
Yeah. To be fair, they had to like draw it by hand like that because you couldn't just take the map and just turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to remake the map sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Which feels like a giant headache to me. I tried to make a map once. I got bored after 2 hours. Guess what I was? Guess what I wanted to call it?
What are we gonna call it?
Low Leopard.
Of course. That's a deep cut, Steel. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Speaking of deep cuts. Yeah. Oh my
deep
god.
burns. Oh. Ouch. Now, this is the kind of damage that ByuN needs to do to survive the onslaught of Solar later on in the game.
Yeah, he dives in and gets 10 drone kills, does lose the Hellions, but does get some economic damage behind this building of his bio army, getting to his own 3-vac setup, is getting his 30C on location. It's a little bit bold to take it this quickly, but there is a Banshee to defend, a Banshee to hold on.
I'm trying to see, did we get, where's the RWC upgrades? Forgot.
G.
What's the letter? G, okay. Oh, we do have cloak, okay. I thought for a second he skipped the cloak, because he only has one Banshee this time. He skipped the second one. Oh, catches the probe. Not probe. Drone, yes. I thought drone, then I thought, no, it's probe. Then I thought, no, it's not probe. It's drone.
We got there. He gets a couple of drone kills.
Very well equipped for this.
See, that's when you start saying the generic terms and you just say worker. He got to work.
A worker, yes.
Yeah.
So this unit just went down. And these other units across the map for ByuN. For the Red Terran.
Yeah, there you go.
For the Red player. No, for the Red player. These units for the Red player are going across the map.
You're
Some of them are
exposing.
selected, some of them are not.
You're exposing our secret steal mode. That's what we do. No.
I can't remember what it is, so I just say generic thing.
If it's
Thing on the map. Thing. It's doing the thing.
It's fine. But ByuN so far, he is going to be deflected. We have Roach Ravager once again. This is the same style out of Solar. He almost does get the medevac, but it's going to be Roach Ravager into Lingbane, into Hive, into Ultra. 3 games in a row so far. Solo going for that same overall kind of build, overall composition.
Yeah, and all these harassments are getting shut down once again. So, ByuN did a bit of damage, but now it's going to kind of stop. Nice catch on that Overlord. Sacrificing these Marines, like, nah, I'm not picking you up. Forget it. There's a pile on the way. Ooh! Soda wasn't perfectly positioned here. The drop will be able to happen.
Yeah, it gets
all of these Marines in the main base.
Yeah, it gets another Overlord. Ooh, but the medevac is going to be targeted down. One medevac does 4. At the same time, we do see ByuN pushing through the center. Once again, just clearing up as much creep as possible, setting up for an eventual push towards the expansions.
Yeah. Ooh, the medevac died, but the Marines are still alive.
Yeah. Does unload in time, gets a queen. At the same time, ByuN still trying to gain ground. He doesn't really have too much to threaten the expansion itself, but he's at least maintaining the high ground. Oh.
I mean, he's keeping Solar on this side of the map, which is really important right now. Oh, a few baneline connections, but not too much. The tank does get snagged, but there is another tank to replace it.
Yeah, the tank does maintain itself. We can see ByuN getting a 4th base. As he gets a 4th, Solar does go for a Ling run by, so he's here to deny that expansion.
Yeah, this time it's 3 medivacs. There's not much to defend here. Could he actually snipe the Vipers right now?
Oh, he steps in. He wants to. Oh.
Yeah. I like that ByuN always like, oh, there's a few Marines that won't be picked up. I will leave you all the time.
He's being gracious to Solar, so he can get something. He gets something when he defends. Beautiful. But ByuN, he does defend his 4th base. At the same time, did snipe a Viper, so big snipe there from ByuN. Does get a Viper. The drops are still active on the map, and ByuN is once again reinforcing. Solar is maxed, but he's still not quite at his ideal composition. He's still waiting for his upgrades for his Ultras.
Yeah, some Ultras are finishing just right now. The kindness splitting is going to be a bit late, and ByuN does have good upgrades here, so these are still pretty vulnerable.
Yeah.
As you can see, Solar has to back away. He can't quite push all the way through.
Up.
Ooh, nice catch! All these Ravagers.
Yeah, Ravagers, they go down. Big distraction here. The bio drop does take down the spawning pool. Spawning pool goes down. No more Lings. ByuN, he's pooling Solar apart. He's finally getting the damage he's been hoping for.
Yeah, the medivacs are out of energy, so all these Marines are so low in health. This is not a very tenable position here for ByuN. Soon he pretty much has to kind of set up his defenses and wait for the solar push, the inevitable one. I'm not sure he's actually doing that though.
Yeah, I mean, Solar took a lot of losses across the map. I did point out that he sniped the spawning pool. He didn't just snipe that, he sniped the Ultra Cavern as well. So massive pick off there for ByuN. So no more Ultras or Lings can be produced. Solar, he has to rebuild, he has to remake that. Likewise, because the Ultra Cavern got sniped, he actually denied Kindness Blading.
Yeah, 3-3 is on the way for both players. ByuN again pushing out across the map. Look at the creep spread this game. He hasn't even crossed the halfway map line.
And Solar, he's out of position.
Catch on this base.
Yeah, he's distracted. Mineral line goes down. Expansion as well. Finally, again, especially because Solar, he can't even remake his Lings.
This is the kind of stuff we wanted to see in the previous game. Kind of little games here and there with all the harassment for the Terran. And this time he's actually doing it.
Yeah, exactly. You can see that all it takes is one drop is for a bit of damage to be done, and then the Dominoes. The Dominoes, they fall one after the other. Everything just crumbles apart. Solar, he's still in this. He's still maxed out. But again, it's the upgrades that are heavily lacking here for Solar.
I mean, to be fair, the Dominoes in this case are Ultralisk, so it's very difficult to topple them. But if since he's behind on upgrades and he's economically not as well as he wants to be, and he's not doing the damage that he wants to do on the other side of the map, this is starting to get really, really bad for Solar.
Yeah, it really is here. Assault Rider is going to go down. The Ultra comes in. Remember, no Kindness Blading. Base is denied. Ultra falls as well. Very nice trades out of ByuN. Drops back into the main. Looks like the drop is cleaned up in the main base to Solar. He is stemming the tide. He is holding on. He is building himself up. But ByuN has momentum. Momentum is definitely on the side of the Terran.
Can you break those rocks and block that base from being taken?
I think it does fully wall that area off. Yeah, it does.
So I think that's like a great move right now, just to prevent a comfortable base for the Zerg.
Yeah.
So you can just push on to the next one.
For sure. I mean, he'll do one better. He'll snipe another base. That's another extension goes down.
Ooh, pick up and stay. So what is it? Pick up and go, and it was just Medivacs. They don't always do what you expect them to do.
He keeps you guessing.
And he's harassing on the other side of the map. Ooh, nice move by ByuN.
Once again moves in. Big mine connections here on the Lings. A lot of Lings are going to be going down. Likewise, Assault Rider is still yet to be taken. Power bombs will finally clean up those medevacs. So Solar, he does find some damage here, but still bleeds out another Ultra.
That medevac is still alive, by the way. The one that was power bombed. This base kinda not, yes, kinda surviving. Well, there's a lot of Zerglings and the more coming in, ByuN might need to push back. There's not a lot of backup for these units, and the medevacs are running low on energy. So yeah, he's gonna have to back away. Some damage on the other side of the map. The Ultralisks run by.
Yeah.
Waddle by, if you will. Takes out a base.
They take down a planetary. Very nice. At the same time, Lings, they deny another expansion as well. ByuN, he's now taking some losses himself. He's still doing damage across the map, that is true, but likewise will take down, or will lose 2 bases and a mineral line.
I think as long as ByuN can keep on the pressure on Solar, I think he's good. These losses are not a big deal.
Yeah, like...
yeah, he's... Oh, things are coming in. They're in the natural. They're in the main. They're in the bone.
Yeah, Lings, they do slip in. They're going to be cleaned up, though, and as you're mentioning, ByuN, he still has a decent economy, but he cannot afford to lose this expansion. He already lost 2 bases. He can't lose the planetary. Not again.
Yeah, this is it. If ByuN loses this game is in serious danger, but no, he manages to safeguard this. It's not a lot of ghosts. There's 12 ghosts here.
That is a lot of ghosts here. Again, ByuN, he does have that more refined army. Solar likewise has a comparable army as well, and again, Solar's doing a great job here at counter-attacking, at denying bases. We do see ByuN floating over an orbital. That is not a planetary, so it's going to be a more vulnerable expansion.
One thing that's been happening in the past minute or so is that ByuN hasn't been harassing anymore. And that gives Solar the time to consolidate his forces, just push forward here. The snipes are not enough. The Ultralists are munching on everything. A hot pickup with the medivacs will save some of the units, but that's not enough. Look at the army supply.
Yeah, that was a big loss there for ByuN. ByuN, he lost, how many he lost? 8 ghosts. He lost 8 ghosts in that fight. Likewise, his economy is still lackluster. He's muling his heart out here. He's kind of broke when it comes to minerals. He needs as much money as possible to rebuild. ByuN is in a rough position here after losing those expansions.
It's okay to lose the ghosts. They're incorporeal. Yeah, I know. So it's a stretch, but I had to say something.
Oh, we have the word Infestor. He's waiting for his moment.
Well, there's nothing else here. So.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Well, there are turrets. He's building turrets there, so that I think it's out of range, but it's going to be stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a borrowed Baneling, just waiting to happen.
Yeah, as the Infestor does reposition, does get away from those turrets. Oh my god.
Oh, nice catch with that Widow Mine. A lot of Zerglings went down there.
And nice last
good
seconds.
fungal.
Yeah, it does last seconds.
Can you
Splits.
take advantage of it though?
Does pull away and so far.
I like that. That Widow Mine flank there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Solar almost got into the kill zone, but backed away in the last second.
Yeah, ByuN, he does hold on. At the same time, he attempted a run by, attempted a counterattack, and despite how scary this was looking for ByuN a couple of moments ago, he is stabilizing once again, and he does catch out the Vipers. Very nice catch.
Oh, nice catch. There's an Infestor there, by the way. Bird.
Oh yeah.
Just where those ghosts were standing. Infestors, they're so sneaky.
Yeah, the initial Infestor is actually still there as well. It's still here on the right-hand side, coming in for the fungal. Oh no!
Ooh, that's a great fungal. Yes. That was the great catch.
Yeah, and with that Solar, he breaks through the main army, he busts into the mineral line. Liberation has arrived as limited anti-air, but he does get the mineral line.
Yeah, these are losses that ByuN really can't afford right now. It was in a good position towards the start of the late game, but you can't keep taking these losses. He hasn't been on the other side of the map in something like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's trying to move out, takes down 2 of these Ultras. At the same time, we have a massive counterattack here with Ultras as well, busting into the main base.
Yeah. Solar taking the southwest base, by the way. Just... He's like, I know it belongs to you, but I'll take it anyway.
It does take bottom left. He breaks the natural expansion. Both players will lose some mineral lines here. More mining is going to be denied as well. Very chaotic game state here. The Liberators, they will trade very well, at least against some of these Ultras. But no, that center expansion is going to go down. Oh no.
There's not enough SCVs to repair. Some Zerglings are surrounding them. They're going to go down, and this planetary is surviving.
It's close.
No, the road is coming in. Yeah, it's going to go down. That was scrappy.
Very close, very close. A couple more Ultras did come in to reinforce. The base goes down, and that was the most important mining base for ByuN. He has the base on the right-hand side, but again, his SCV count is in the gutter. He has to rely on mainly Mule.
Yeah, his army's pretty big, but he has to get something with it. He has to go across the map and do damage. Most of his army is Marauders, by the way.
Oh yeah, mainly Marauders. No more ghosts, right? The ghost count was almost completely reset. There's 1 ghost left over, and without a lot of ghosts, these Ultras are going to be that much more terrifying.
Yeah. How are Marauders versus Ultralists would...
Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Ideally, you want Marauders
they're
and
better
ghosts.
Than nothing.
Yeah,
better than nothing.
Yeah.
I prefer to have Liberators and Ghosts, but yeah. Alright. Are they stabilizing actually right now? What's going on?
Solar did lose a couple of workers on the left-hand side. I mean, Solar also doesn't have the best economy either. It's better than ByuN's, but also only on 54 workers. So the economy for both players are not looking ideal. Solar's trying to remax here with more Lings, with more Ultras. Solar is going to be the first to remax. Right now, there's still a lot of pressure on ByuN.
Yeah. So ByuN is not broken yet. There's a run by going into his natural base right now. Or maybe it's just going to stand outside. Solar trying to go into the multi-prong here. fighting right into the liberation zones. The binds don't
Nice.
quite catch the liberators, and ByuN is pushing this back and killing some Ultralisks along the way. The run-by hasn't really done much damage on the natural base of ByuN.
Yeah, very nice snipes here by ByuN. He takes down, what, 3, 4, 5 Ultras, but at the same time does overextend. Again, ideally, ByuN, he needs to fight with these Liberators.
Yeah. The problem is that's the siege conundrum for Terran. Do you unsiege and move these things, or do you keep them where they are? It's always a big debate, and the answer is always wrong. Unless you're Maru, the answer is always wrong.
Yeah, and ByuN, he does reposition his Liberators to be more defensive. He moves out with his Bio Army, and it looks like he will get this mineral line. Not bad.
Nice. That's a good catch for ByuN. That's what he needs right now to stay in the game. To cripple Solar's economy, he needs to get that base on the southwest.
Yeah, the problem is he hasn't scouted it. He doesn't know. Like, he doesn't know about bottom left. He hasn't seen it yet. If he were, like, that'd be a free base.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's why Solar is taking those bases there. It's like kind of an insurance policy.
Yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, Infestor goes down. Liberators, they do hold their own, but that's just an overwhelming army. Another Fungal wins!
Liberators, most of them are sieged on the other side, and they're not here to be helpful with those Ultralisks, but that's a lot of orders. They're beefy.
They are BP. They take down another Ultra here. The Ultra's getting very low on HP. Unfortunately, there's only one ghost remaining. ByuN, he kites back well, but he will lose another mineral line. Another base essentially goes down.
He's down to 23 workers, but wait, I see that Solar also lost 22 workers somewhere.
Yeah, he did lose workers. I believe there were just workers that died towards the left. Maybe a Liberator had gotten some economic damage as well, but not too bad here by ByuN. Alas, he still was unaware of bottom left. If he was, he could do even more damage, but Solar, he's still maintaining himself, going for another expansion.
You must start wondering, where do you have all this money? I'm killing all your bases and all your workers.
He's rallied.
Your forces
You'll see.
are under attack.
Yeah!
Oh, but is it too late?
Oh, it's a big fungal on all of ByuN's army. It may not matter if he gets that base in the southwest. It does not have an army.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is pretty much done. GG is cold, and Solar will be up 2-0 in this series on match point to win this entire tournament.
GG, well played. Solar, he will take the 2-0 lead. Very clutch game, and to be honest, ByuN was in a beautiful position towards the mid game. He was in a very strong position, but if you remember, there was that one big moment with Solar. He was able to kill the planetary on the right and deny the CC on the left hand side. That was the moment where ByuN was unable to maintain momentum. He kind of lost that momentum that he had accumulated, and he never really got a solid economy after that.
Well, he kind of came back. He started taking bases. He sniped a base here with a lot of workers on the left side of the map. You know, kind of. Wait, is that the right map?
Yeah.
Yes, for water.
He wants to hydrate. He's asking if he can hydrate. It's fine.
There was a map called Waterfall, so
There was.
maybe. Alright, and this is, well, we haven't seen this map yet. It's called the Bracket.
Sure. Yeah, in some languages.
That's a German joke
Yeah.
for all you Germans out there. All my Deutsch brethren. Yeah, so for some reason Germans called the bracket grid. The grid. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's similar in. I know in Latin America, I think it's called like the table instead, like the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tableness.
Mhm.
My guess is it's like from old school sports,
Mhm.
you know, where you had like teams on a grid on a. Yeah, it makes sense if you think about it like that. We're just calling it bracket because we're used to it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the grid. We're on the grid, I guess. We're all connected. It's a It's a grid. I got nothing. In the northeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Korea, trailing 0-2 in this final match. It is our Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. Give it up for ByuN.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, we have the blue Zerg. It is for Team Falcons, Solar.
They're having some lag spikes there, and hopefully it's not going to affect too much. Well, I'm going to.
Yeah, hopefully it clears up, and hopefully everything is okay. So we may have lost Steak for a moment. But for now, we're going to be settling into the grid. I'll be honest, I have not castled on this map yet. I do recognize this map from the TLMC, and this is a map that reminds me a lot of Equilibrium. It reminds me a lot of Habitation Station. Very short rush distance by air here. Likewise, relatively short rush distance by ground as well. It is a very long map. Like, there's a lot of bases towards the south side. I'll be honest though, I don't know if these bases are ever going to come into play. I don't know if they're if these southern bases here are going to be taken. It can be a little bit awkward here to get into a longer game state, but we'll see. We'll see. As I do think I have lost Steak for a moment. Oh, hello. Oh.
It was a crash, and Discord crashed as well this time, so it took me a while to.
Good. Oh, good. Ooh. But yeah, loading into a new map here for the time being. Meanwhile, once again, ByuN going for a third CC. Now, this is going to be a greedier move. This time is going for a third CC before the factory.
Yeah. So that's super greedy. On a weird map like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Exhausts. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
See, that's the Steam that we should have seen on Steam City.
Exactly. It's fancy Steam as well. Like, it's got a nice little like color palette to it.
Yeah. Looks like the cloud around an Archon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
It's like the Archon effect.
Mm-hmm. The incorporeal being, if you will. Oh. As we are setting up. Likewise, you see ByuN scouting to the close by locations. He's looking for proxies or making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Hunting overlords more likely, actually. Hunting overlords. Alas, we do see that Solar has kept that overlord alive. But in general, I agree with Steel in the sense that, like, we have a nice little, like, color palette here. Like, we often don't see different colored Steam vents. Typically, it's great. It's just Steam. But here we have, like, a tinge of teal added to it and a nice little color effect as well, which is great to see. And again, I'm curious to see if we end up in a longer game state. This is Zelnaga towards the south. There's all these other bases as well. We do see ByuN committing here to his gasless initial opener, going for a 3 racks follow-up. And Solar, he comes in for the scouts. He does get eyes on all 3 raxes.
Yeah, my graphics card does not really like this game, this map. I've lowered my graphics settings to the lowest. I hope this helps.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
See, the problem is these maps are not fully optimized just yet, so they're kind of like not as stable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blaming the maps, yes, not my ancient graphics card. A 980 GTX Ti.
It's fine. It's fine. We're almost at the end. You've almost made it.
Yes. Well, depending on how ByuN will do here.
True.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll go to the S match.
True. Hopefully we can go the distance here. When it comes to what you missed out on, we do have our we had our initial 3 max. We had a very greedy start here by ByuN, getting in towards that mid game. Likewise, we do have initially double Evo Chamber opener out of Solar. So both players just playing this out very, very greedily, very macro oriented.
Yeah. Like I said, which was strange. Well, I tried to say before I crashed. It's a strange thing to do on this kind of small map that has a very kind of, look at the distance between the third bases.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's almost one screen or
yeah.
a screen and a half in terms of distance.
Oh yeah, 100%. Short rush distance by ground. Again, as I was mentioning while you left us, Steel, is that there are a lot of bases. There are a lot of bases here towards the south side, so it's a very kind of like long map, or very vertical. But because it's so close by ground initially, like I don't know if these bases are ever gonna come into play. I would like it to happen. I'd like to.
Ninja base. They're usually ninja bases. What was the name of the map that had a gold base at the bottom there in that kind of composition? It had that kind of
I think Stargazers was kind of like that. I don't remember Stargazers, but that also had like, it was a blue map, but it had a gold base right here in the center towards the bottom.
Yeah, I remember the map. I don't remember the name.
Okay. Fair enough. But we do see this time Ling Bane, as in this time not Road Ravager. No Road Ravager out of Solar. This time straight up Ling Bane instead.
I like it. Classic TVZ. And ByuN pushing forward. Oh, he's going to clear out the gold base.
Yeah, I mean, you alluded to earlier, like on a map like Stargaze, the gold was towards the bottom. Here, the gold is towards the top.
Alright. Rebuff comes in. Solar does have enough to defend it. The Banelings don't have speed just yet, so against ByuN, they're not going to do much usually. He's a strong enough defender against Banelings to handle slow Banes.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to make use of them, especially off of creeps. So far, we're just keeping up. ByuN does knock down those rocks, and I wonder if that is indicative. Does ByuN want to expand towards Solar? Is he crazy enough to take this base?
It doesn't have. He wasn't building a command center to take it, so I don't know what that was. Maybe he was opening it up for Solar to take it. So like, yeah, expand here. It's easy. Look, it's the gold. You want to expand here?
Yeah. Right, like we don't expect either one to take the gold base, but we'll see if it comes into play as ByuN does push forward, trying to catch out some of the queens. Does deny some creep here, but he has to be very careful as a lot of Ling Bane is building up.
Yeah. ByuN not quite getting harassment done just yet. Hasn't been super successful, but it keeps the creep on this side of the map, at least on the upper lane of the upper map. Oh, that was a great Bane connection. Oh.
Yeah, very nice.
Baneling
connect.
A lot of Marines there.
Yeah, it does force ByuN back. Behind this, Hive is on the way for Solar. It looks like he's going Ling Bane into Ultra, I would imagine, as he has yet to throw down a Hydra Den, so no investment into like Lurker Tech or anything like that. ByuN is still trying to gain ground. It does push towards the top side. Tanks are soon to siege, but so far, Solar, he's somewhat in position here. He does have his Ling Bane ready. Oh!
It's gonna be difficult to push up that ramp, especially since ByuN only has one. Oh, actually, he has 3 times. Sorry, my eyes don't work.
They blend into the terrain.
Yeah. I lowered my graphic settings. I can't see anything.
That's all good.
Oh, Link's going into the. No, they're going in and out. What?
Yeah, they attempted. The Sim City was just a little bit too awkward here, and the Lings, they are denied. So nice defense there by ByuN. At the same time, coming in with a double drop, does head towards the mineral line. So far, though, Solar, he is somewhat keeping up, but oh, never mind. Damage is being found.
Yeah, I like Solar's creep highway towards the middle of the map. It will enable him to do some surround movements against any push that ByuN does on the upper lane.
Yeah, we'll allow for
he's
that.
taking the gold, finally.
Meanwhile, ByuN, he will take a Baneling to the face. A bit of friendly fire from that tank as well, so he's running out of Marines here. Likewise, still has that double drop as well, has yet to activate it. Hive is now done for Solar, and there it is. Ultra production has begun.
I think this map is going to be great for ultra pushes. You know, it's got those narrow pathways. You can just munch on every Marine and Marauder on your way. Force them together.
There's definitely a lot of potential here for the Ultras. Meanwhile, Solar getting ready for a Ling Bane run by this time, but there's a lot of reinforcements back at home for ByuN. He's ready for that run by.
Yeah. Great Sim City by ByuN. Does Solar know about the gold base? About to.
Yeah, as he comes in from both angles, he gets a full surround of ByuN. He was crazy enough to take the gold, and there's no saving this. There's no saving the gold base. It's a planetary. The planetary, it's going to go down.
My guess is he maybe thought he would have his army close by as he pushes on the upper lane towards Solar's main base. So, you know, he could always defend it with his army, but then his army was out of position and it all went down.
Well, that's also where the run by came into play, right? Where there was a lot of supply stuck at home, right? There was like a lot of tanks sieged up here to defend the natural and to defend the third, less so to defend the forward expansion. But also, like, it does, even without that, it does feel like this base is hard to take, right? Like the gold base, it doesn't seem like an easy expansion to maintain.
I mean, he's taking it again, so
Yes.
he has other plans. He has more medivacs here than Marauders, actually. This is not a very strong force for ByuN right now.
But he is distracting Solar, and likewise, as you mentioned, he is expanding towards Solar. Like, he's so close to the natural, right? He's so close to the natural. If he can break the natural, he can push into the main, and he can end the game. So he's close to threatening here the production and the tech of a Solar.
Going to drop into the main, or at least try to. Gonna get Fire City bombed. Bombed Fire City.
Yeah.
Man's forces are a little... They're kind of all over the place, and they're not really doing much. He's not really getting any harassment done.
Yeah,
well, maybe here, maybe...
He still has a double drop, and he will find some drone kills. Workers are going to be falling. Meanwhile, that's going to be another expansion going to be going down, so a nice pick off there. Meanwhile, we do see Solar catching at the ByuN army in the center.
It's going to lose a lot of the bio units. ByuN might lose this base once again. No, Solar doesn't have enough. Oh, he's coming in from the side. He's coming in from the side. Yeah. He's going to get the tanks.
Does come in for a flank, takes down another one of these tanks. So do see ByuN, he does for now at least hold on to that expansion. For now, he does hold on to that mineral line. ByuN is still holding on at least, but just barely.
But keep in mind, a lot of ByuN's army supply is 11 medivacs. He's got a lot. At some point, he had more medivacs than Marines.
He's got a lot of medivacs.
Not a good situation.
On top of that, though, thanks to the medivacs, he's going for a drop here towards the south, and Solar, he's not quite in position, so it does force a big reaction out of Solar. We'll get a couple of drone kills. It's going to be just the one drone going down.
I'm wondering if a few spines to add here would be a little bit nice, just to delay any damage from these drops, to make sure that they just don't do enough.
Yeah, just
that's the only way for ByuN to come back.
Especially just because it's just such a, because it's so like long, or it's so vertical as well, it's quite a far away expansion here for Solar, so it's not really easy to rotate between the bases and to react to these drops, especially if he's towards the top side instead. Meanwhile, ByuN, he's remaxed. He's got Ghost as well in the mix. He has a pretty threatening army.
Don't Spire on the way for Solar though. Maybe considering some kind of transition here. But is pushing forward. The Ducklings, no, and backing away, seeing the amount of tanks. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, ByuN has a really nice arc of tanks here. Like now he has been able to like spread out his tank count. Like he's in a pretty solid position here. It looks like he will maintain that gold, and now he can start to look to expand further towards Solar. So ByuN, he's actually not in the worst position, not anymore. It was rough earlier losing the expansion, but now he's able to hold on.
Yeah, and he's taking a fifth base as well, expanding towards the right side of the map. So if we can get that economically running and not lose this thing, it should be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a big if though, as the base for now is going to be delayed. We do see it lift and drop for a moment, and the Spire should be for Corruptors. You mentioned before that there's a lot of medevacs. A big reason for that, there's no anti-air, right? There's power bombs, right? The power bombs, that's really it. So medevacs, they've just not been going down.
Yeah, and for ByuN, I like the situation for ByuN to have a lot of medivacs because he's one of those players who is very mobile. He's the one who just pick up his entire army and drop it into a different position.
Yeah, Exactly, but this time Solar, he does get into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. He will clean up the ultras at least. At the same time, ByuN going for another drop, gets 8 drone kills across the map.
Yeah, but look at the worker supply. It's not the biggest of deal. Even with the gold base, Solar is just getting so much more. He's double the mineral income right now.
Yeah. Yeah, economically, Solar's looking very comfortable. Going for the Nidus into the main as well. That does force a big reaction. ByuN, he's trying to race back home. He does drop back into his own main.
Yes, it's good to have these medivacs. poor worm. It's like as soon as it came alive, it is dead.
Yeah, the Nidus room is denied, so nice reaction there from ByuN. He does boost back home in time. Meanwhile, trying to retake that planetary, fully walling off as well with more CCs, at least trying to fully wall off. Meanwhile, I believe Solar was caught by the sensor tower, so ByuN, he's aware that a run by is possible.
Why make wall when you can make planetary wall?
True. He is fully walling
the
up.
planetaries get upgrades, weapon upgrades.
They get armor upgrades.
Because ByuN is finishing +3 vehicle damage, which is very rarely seen in a non-mech composition.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to benefit all of his tanks at least, and it may also benefit the planetary as well. Meanwhile, Lynx, they do threaten a dive. We can see Solar once again, he's setting up to try to deny the expansion. He's also taking some of ByuN's bases on his side of the map.
Yeah. Solar is sneaking in all the way, like anti-clockwise, counterclockwise. Just... I was assuming there are going to be some road lords in here. That's why the corruptors were. The greatest part is just not starting.
Yeah.
I was like, why isn't he making road lords? Why is he wasting his time with corruptors?
Yeah, Greater Spires on the way. I mean, Corruptors, hey, they're a way to finally kill some of these medevacs at least as well. But ByuN is taking another expansion. And again, like, there's just so much terrain here that is in favor of ByuN. I should say there's so many, like, choke points, right? There's all these little choke points here, especially with all these CCs and planetaries and orbitals that he's able to just completely choke up. We'll see if Solar can get here in time. He does spot the army, does try to deny the expansion. He's moving in.
So, big Zerg army here. The Lings are running into the mineral line. The Overlix are taking care of the army. The Banes are pushing it back. Leaving that base and pushing one towards the 5th.
Yeah, and the base is going to be going down.
Probably go down.
Yeah, Planetary is going to fall at the same time, though. ByuN goes for the kill. He goes for the natural.
Yeah, but there's not much there to kill. Also, Solar is 40 workers ahead, 30 workers ahead.
Yeah, but you know what is back at home is the tech. Solely turns around for a moment. He does catch a couple of these tanks. The expansion goes down, and he's going straight for the main, straight for the hive.
Yeah. ByuN is going for Solar's techs. Solar really needs to make stuff now. He's making a swarm host. This is one token swarm host.
Let's go the hive. Yeah, it's going to fall. Massive pick up here. ByuN, he does snipe the hive, does snipe the natural. We have reinforcements coming in to try to deal with this.
Army? He's not picking up. He didn't pick it up.
Yeah, no detection.
I thought for sure those ghosts are dead.
No detection, and
I guess.
Well, the problem is that you can't make detection. The hive was killed, so 0 detection, 0 overseers for Solar. He's stuck with what he has. That's a big blow here.
And he's not really making it. He's pretty much going all in here right now in his current composition.
Yeah, thankfully he does have 3 overseers coming in to support. Ooh, takes down the medevacs. And we're in a really weird game state here. What did we lose? We lost the hive. At least the spawning pools are still alive. At least, for now.
Yeah, well, you do need that for Banes.
Uh-huh.
Well, it doesn't have any creep, though. It will die eventually.
Yeah, this will eventually fall over, will eventually die. We can see we're trying to replace some of that creep. Solar, he does rotate towards the south side, making sure there is no other expansion. And Solar's max. ByuN needs more time to build up, but right now ByuN, his goal is to survive to turtle. Oof.
Yeah. If he can survive with the tech that he has right now, it's only a couple of liberators, but there are a lot of tanks at the back. Solar will find it very difficult to break this position right now. 16 workers go down for ByuN. He's down to 22.
Yeah,
But he does keep the army.
and that's what's important here is that Solar, his win condition isn't to break the main army of ByuN, is to cripple the economies, to make sure that ByuN cannot maintain himself. Remember, the Greater Spire is still alive. We can actually make Broodlords.
Yeah. Whoa. Does he have enough gas for that, though?
That's a good question. Yeah,
Barely
gases
has
have
any
been
gas income.
Yeah, they haven't been taken. We have gas geysers available, but gases have not been taken, so gas income is limited here for Solar. He's, for now, just stuck remaking Lings, at least for the time being, and ByuN is still stuck on him recovering.
Is long distance mining gas from natural? What? What?
Does get the CC. Ultras, they come in from behind. The tanks are going to be going down. He gets the tanks in the Medivacs. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Autolisks are all down. It's just Corruptors here. This is not good for Solar.
Yeah, this is where the Broodlords would be used for, and at least ground army as well. So we do see Solar, he's rebuilding his ground army. We have more Lings on the way. Queens are getting caught out. ByuN has potential here, but his tank health was almost reset. Does reposition his tanks though.
Yeah. He's retaking that fifth base, but it's the gold is almost finished now. So
Yeah.
it's not that effective at the moment. He's going to starve economically pretty soon, but he keeps saving these army units.
But here they come, the Broodlords. The Broodlords have arrived. This is what we've been waiting for, an anti-ground army. Meanwhile, Solar, did he ever rebuild his... Okay, yeah, he does have a lair once again. He is remaxed, and Solar, he's pushing in. He's pushing forward, and ByuN, he just doesn't really have much to work with. Not anymore. He has a good ghost count, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of ghosts here, but now there's less micro potential. There's only 2 Medivacs.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Vikings. It's just, the anti-air here is not non-existent, but it's lacking these Broodlords.
Nice snipes.
Broodlords.
Yeah.
Not Broodlords. Different thing.
A different thing. 3 Broodlords.
It's SE Evo, it's a different thing.
True,
it's a different
true.
one.
Very nice snipes. Every Broodlord goes down, so efficient snipes here to ByuN, but Ling Bane Ultra does die forward. Medivacs are going to be falling once again, and this time Solar, he's going for the kill.
Yeah, the tanks are all going down. The Ultralisks are going down as well. This is very scrappy, but ByuN is down to very little army supply, and Solar is rebuilding his army pretty well. He's got the economy for it. ByuN does not.
Yeah, exactly. He's going for the CC as well. The repairs are not good enough. The CC goes down. The SCVs as well, and ByuN, he has been broken. A very intense game, a very intense back and forth. But alas, ByuN, he will not make a series out of this. Not here, not in this finals.
Queens, they spread creep all the way. How did he get creep spread while all this was going on? This is insane.
It's just spreading that creep. He finally made it here to the bases of ByuN. ByuN, he has purely tank. He has purely tank here against the Queen's tanks. They're not amazing with their DPS, but they do hold on. Oh.
Yeah. Solar is still harassing all these extra bases here. Pissing all over them. Puking all over them.
And this is all that ByuN has left. It's all he has left. He's down to 6 tanks, 3 Marines, 1 Marauder.
It's a bit of a desperation push here. Barely has any economy. He has 0 income, almost 0 income right now. Actually, 0 income.
Yeah.
He's not making any minimum.
Yeah, 0 income. 2 more tanks go down. ByuN, he's somewhat maintaining his position here. He's holding on. Meanwhile, Solar, he's freely just expanding, taking more bases.
You can win this with the Zerglings. That's it. Make 40 Zerglings and you win.
Yeah, Zerglings are all that is needed. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing for ByuN. This is it.
Oh, he's getting Broodlords. There's not a lot of anti-air.
Yeah,
If he doesn't get caught by the Marines, he's pretty much won.
Yeah, I mean, Solar he has a lot of ways he can win this game. he can go Broodlords, he can go back into Ultra, he can make more Lings like this. He's got options.
He can sit back and relax. He can go make a pasta or something.
Yeah. Are you gonna have
Wait for
today?
ByuN to make 60 workers. Oh, there's no Medivacs. The steam is permanent damage. There we go. GG is cold. And Solar will take this. So let's just see Duckling open. No. Space Tuna Cup. Sparkling Tuna Cup. Number 84? What number is it? Yes, 84. Very nicely done against the one and only ByuN as well. This was rough games here.
GG, well played. Voting ends for TLMC tomorrow. GG, well played. Congratulations to Sola. Sola having a very strong performance here again on his redemption arc. He was coming in as the favored. He does walk that royal road. Ah, there it is. We got the flags. We got the flags. GG.
GG victory. Whew, very nicely done. ByuN played fantastically, but Solar so solid. All of these games, he was just so good. Defending, harassing, attacking when it's time, building up his economy, and spreading creeps like a champion.
Oh yeah.
The hell.
Exactly. GG, well played. Congratulations to Sola. Does claim the win, does claim the series. ByuN, alas, he does fall here in the finals. Had some very close and very intense games. I do want to say that the maps did come into play for a lot of the games, especially on Kill Switch, where it was very close, very intense, very claustrophobic. Meanwhile, here we saw ByuN going for the gold base, and yeah, it was really cool to see a different approach here, and it was still very back and forth, even though it's a 3-0. Even though it was 3-0 here, ByuN, he did put up a good fight.
Yeah, it's very deceptive because some of these games were very close. We did call them out almost for ByuN at some point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Solar was too solid. I guess he flared.
I see what. Yeah, sure. He did flare. He blinded ByuN and was able to overwhelm. GG. And
yeah, very nicely done. And royal order, a royal driveway, or if you will.
I'm asking Sola if he has any thoughts on the maps. He says, "I love many maps. I love them except for Kill Switch and the Grid," which I understand. I think it's because they're close by ground as well. Like they traditionally they favor aggressive Terran play. But yeah.
And Solar is like, "No, I want to stay back and build my units. Leave me alone. I'm playing Protoss. Can't you see?" Yeah, makes sense. Macro players like macro maps. Go figure.
Yeah. GG. I also asked Sola about Last Fantasy. He's like, no 3-player spawn maps. Last
We
Fantasy
haven't seen it today, huh?
Yeah, we didn't see it today. But you can see the difference though, because Sola, he's like, no, I hate 3-player maps. Meanwhile, I asked ByuN last week what his thoughts on Last Fantasy were, and he was like, oh no, yeah, I want Last Fantasy because it's diverse. Like it's it's more variety. So very different perspectives from both players.
He's a cheeky player who likes to be mobile and likes to shake things up, so it does work for him.
For sure. GG, well played. And also, this is a reminder for those in the chat. TLMC, the Team Liquid Map Contest, voting is still open. So if you haven't voted, you have to do your civic duty here. You have to get your voting in. Head on over to Team Liquid and vote for which maps you want to do well, to place highly, to potentially be added to the ladder map pool.
Yeah. Because we want maps.
Oh yeah, exactly.
These are pretty good maps.
Yeah, they're pretty good maps. They're a lot of fun. Personally, there are some maps that I wish I saw more of, like Steam City. We saw Steam City for like 1 minute. It was a short game on Steam City, so we didn't really get to embrace it too much. Outside of some visual aspects, I do really like maps like Antimatter seems like fun. Spirit Crusher is a little bit more standard. I'm on the fence about Spirit Crusher for sure. I think I appreciate how different the Grid and Kill Switch are. I wouldn't mind having like a map or two similar to that, where it's like short rushes by ground, and you have like a more aggressive map for certain. But yeah.
Link Team 6.
True.
Yeah, you have to remember who's speaking here.
Yeah.
We know you lied.
True. But I don't think I've ever seen a map on torches. I'm looking at the map pool here this week, and there's a map called Torches. I don't think we got to see the map, unfortunately.
Yeah, we did not.
Well, what do you think, Steelmold? Did you have any thoughts on the maps that you saw today? Any strong thoughts?
Yeah, I like them by and large. There's not one that stands out as like it's too boring or something. Yeah, I like it. I like that they have gimmicks, but they're not like super gimmicks.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, a base that you can wall off here. You know, some slow zones that you can destroy there. Nothing too crazy. Things that give variety to different situations on the map, but without just, you know, this is the map where we always rush.
Yeah.
Because there's speed zones all the way through, and you can just send your Ducklings across the map, and that's what everyone does. You know, hopefully that's not what's going to happen with these maps. I don't think it will. I think these are they're varied enough.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them as well. Like, we only featured 8. There's 16 in total. There's 16 maps in total, so it's a lot of maps to go through and to pick between. So, do wish you all the best when it comes to voting. I think for certain, I'm probably going to go for Last Fantasy. Like, I want the reintroduction of 3-player spawn maps. It has been years since we've had 3-player spawn maps. I would love for that map to make it through. Outside of that,
I don't think I've ever seen 3-player spawn maps.
Yeah, I think the
I've
last
seen 4-player spawn maps.
The last 3-player spawn map that we had in the map pool, I believe, was Catalina. If you remember Catalina, Hoi Hoi Hoi.
Before my time,
Okay,
I watched it.
yeah.
I didn't cast it.
There
That
was
was the cactus.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no, not quite. Not quite. That was Cactus Valley.
It's Cactus Valley. Okay. Same apple.
Yeah.
Things in my brain just kind of mash in together. No, Catalina was the orangey caramel thing.
Yes. The K-pop one. Yes. I think
I
that
know
was
my K-pop. I know my one K-pop song.
There you go. That's all you need.
Actually, I really like that song.
Yeah, it's fun. There's that, and I think there was another one that was maybe one map pool later. Merry-go-round. Oh, there we go. Apparently, okay. The info fairy in the chat.
I have no recollection of that map, Your Honor.
I know. There's only just so much space in the brain for that. It's like, it's gone.
There wasn't that much space to begin with. It looks like I have a big head, but it's just the hair situation.
But with that, congratulations to Solar. Again, he does walk that royal road. He's going to be this week's champion. And thank you so much, Steelmold, as well, for joining me here today. Steelmold, outside of getting a new graphics card, what's happening over in the land of Steelmold? It's been a while since
I'm not buying a graphics card today. Have you seen what's going on with graphics cards these days?
True.
I'm terrified.
I was gonna say
they cost $1 bajillion.
No.
I think I can probably sell this garbage graphics card today for more than I bought it 8 years ago.
Do we expect any streams anytime soon? It's been a while since we've seen a Steelmold stream. It's been a while.
We could. I've been debating a few games that I could stream, but you know, follow me at twitch.tv/Steelmold and you will get notifications when I'm streaming. It's the best we can do.
There you go. There. Exclamation mark Steelmold in the chat. What games are you thinking of? What do you think you're playing?
Well, there is a game, I don't know if you know it, called Divinity Original Sin 2.
I think I've heard of it before. Yeah.
You've heard of it before.
I think
you started streaming this.
Yep.
With Kuro and Yaku.
Yep.
I saw you streaming it, so this looks like a nice game. I'll buy it. I bought the game.
Yep.
Finished the game. I finished maybe 15 playthroughs of the game so far in different characters and different builds, and you just finished the first act basically.
Yep. Look, we like to let the game breathe. Okay, we take our time. Okay, we don't rush
Game is not
through it.
breathing. It's drowning under the ocean.
Oh,
The
no.
gods are not saving it.
Oh no.
As that is a reference for Divinity Original Sin too,
there you
because
go.
the gods save. I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
but the gods save you from drowning.
Yeah. I remember drowning. I remember that.
I have to explain the joke because
At the end of the first act.
by the way, they came up with DLCs and stuff for this
Oh no. Oh
for
no.
that game since then.
We'll eventually we'll catch up eventually. We'll catch up eventually. Look, we've just been very busy as of late, but you know, maybe 2025 will be the year that we're able to have another Divinity stream. It's possible. Could happen.
Yeah, and Krupp is also trying to convince me to join you on Final Fantasy. What is it, 14?
14.
This is Roman numerals. I was like,
Have you,
I'm
are you
reading
much into RPG? As in, I say RPGs. Technically, I guess
MMOs.
Divinity is. Yeah, like MMOs or even previous Final Fantasy games.
I find MMOs boring, and Final Fantasy games. I played one back in the 90s.
Mhm.
It was a bootleg copy that was just in Japanese, so I had no idea what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And I played it until I got bored with it,
Mhm.
and that's it.
I
That's
think,
what I know about the Final Fantasy.
I think you would enjoy the older Final Fantasy games they have a turn-based combat system. I think you would enjoy those. Later on, a lot of games they stray away from that, and there's more like action
But
RPGs.
no, but
or
their
stuff like that.
turn-based system is like the one where everyone is standing on the side. And
Yes.
No, that's not the type of turn-based combat I like.
There's-
I like
there's-
the XComs, the Jagged Alliances,
Mhm.
that stuff, the tactical.
Yeah, you like the more isometric,
Stuff,
like
yeah.
top-down, where you like maneuver, like
yeah.
like Fire Emblem, or I would say you would enjoy. I know Darking, his favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy Tactics, which is which is more like quote unquote like XCOM, where you have to like maneuver your pieces and it's turn-based.
I'll check it out maybe.
It's but it was on handheld, so you'd have to probably get like an emulator to play that. I don't think it was on PC, but yeah.
If it's not on PC, it doesn't exist to me.
Okay.
All right, what about you, Light? Where can they find more of you?
Light_VIP exclamation mark light in the chat. I try to stream whenever I have some time. Recently we have been very busy casting though. So this week I most likely won't...
busy casting?
Crazy. This week I most likely won't be able to have a ladder session, but most likely next week, so the week of the 24th of March, I should be able to have like a ladder stream here or there, like a cheeky ladder. Actually, you know what? Tuesday should be able to have a ladder stream, so do check me out there. I do play some StarCraft. I have it scheduled when I'm free to do things outside of casting. Likewise, you also play some Final Fantasy every now and then. Once a week right now. Once a week with Kura, we do play some Final Fantasy 14, where we're working through the main story. It's a game that we started back in 2020, I want to say, and we've been slowly progressing. It's been slow goings, but we enjoy it. It's been fun. Been fun ranting
Are you
about
on
the story.
Abyssal Reef right now, talking to turtles?
We are talking to turtles, yes, and we're very confused because the turtles they have some weird customs and weird culture that are questionable.
They don't make sense. The turtles don't make sense.
They don't
They're
make any
crazy.
sense. They don't make any sense at all. We have issues with
They're
the
not
turtles.
even ninjas.
They don't know that, right? They don't even wear bandanas. How do we tell them apart? It's crazy. God damn. But yes, you can check me out there. Otherwise, if you want to tune into more of the Cranky Ducklings, exclamation mark socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our social medias. We have, of course, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. Our next stream is scheduled here for tomorrow. Is going to be the Wardy TV Monday, but also in a couple of hours' time, as long as I'm well rested enough, I'm going to go get some food and going to go get some rest. But we are going to be back in a couple of hours with the Circle. Hold on. What's the name of the tournament? We're going to be back with the Circle Derping Platinum Heroes Edition. This is an FFA tournament, so we're going to be featuring some free-for-all, some FFAs in a couple of hours' time. We'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, it's very chaotic.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Wait.
Patreon.
Yeah. Oh, right. True. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. You can support us on Patreon. Patreon does fund this tournament. So Sparkling Tuna Cup is funded via Patreon. You can actually see our goal underneath the current schedule, so you can see our goal. We do currently earn 414 USD a month, and the next goal is 6 USD away. We are so close to that next goal. That is to boost the prize pool of Sea Duckling Open and Master Swan Open, so you can boost the prize pool of our amateur events.
The 420 Blaze It?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's the Vape Nation. B and N. I think it's mirrored for me. I don't know how it's up on stream.
Steal mode.
Just imagine that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, with the gang signs. Let's go. Let's go. So very hip with the kids. Let's go. Yes. So you can help support us on Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I do know that Pig is currently hosting his tournament, so we may as well give him a raid. We'll see who is live. Stick around and give them a chance, give them an opportunity, depending on who we do raid. So give them some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in a couple of hours for some more StarCraft. See you soon.